We recently had a camp where we did a bunch of hill sprints. I reckon on one of them, I genuinely felt like I wasn't moving. Did I think I was done? Like, no. I definitely thought I was past 40%.
Isaac Quaynor is a grand final winning AFL player. He's an ambassador for Athletes of Hope, and he has a charisma that makes him a magnet for brands the world over. The great man himself is with me in the studio today to help you level up your fitness and performance game in 2025 with Audible.
This is Isaac Quaynor, and these are my top 5 must-listen to audiobooks to level up your performance in 2025.
Where should we start?
Yeah, well, the subtle art of not giving a I mean, you can't really look past the title. I think it's an oldie but a goodie, and I think it really touches on the idea that you just can't please everybody in this world, and especially when you're in the public eye, you have so many opinions externally, and I think you have to really be able to filter out whose you really value, and that's why this book still hits for me.
That noise must be so hard to filter out. And I guess that's the mental side of things. But then your next rec from David Goggins, the one and only, is more physical. What's that book?
Yeah, well, I guess this is the story of him, and I guess his way of thinking, which is completely one of one. I don't think there's many David Goggins out there, and I think as a professional athlete, I think you can always aspire to be as mentally tough as him and as physically tough. But I feel like his secret is, he really touches on the mental side and how when you think you're done, you're not.
I was going to say that. So his rule is 40%. Do you think that applies to you? Have you ever hit that where you're like, I've got nothing left to give?
Definitely. I heard that saying a while back, and I think it's something that definitely does pop into my mind at really tough points of training or preseason sessions. But yeah, I think in the moment it's kind of tough to focus on that because you're in so much physical pain. But I think it's a way of kind of gearing your mentality going into training sessions that, when you think you're done, you're actually not. We recently had a camp where we did a bunch of hill sprints, and I reckon on one of them, I genuinely felt like I wasn't moving. Did I think I was done? Like, no, because I'm a pretty stubborn person. I never really give in, but I definitely thought I was past 40%. That's for sure.
Goggins has actually narrated some of that book himself for Audible, and it's exclusive on their platform. So you can actually get the guy like basically shouting in your ear as you're doing your day-to-day, whatever it is, in the gym, cooking some dinner or out for a run, whatever it might be, which is pretty awesome.
Definitely. I think you can hear the passion in his voice. So I think it's an awesome touch.
This next audiobook you've chosen is actually an autobiography. And I feel like it's quite a consequential one for Aussie Rules. And for yourself, obviously, you've chosen it. Why did you choose it? What is it?
Yeah, so Basher Hooley's Faith, Family and Football is an incredible listen. I think for me it really resonates. Those three things are massive in my life. I come from a big family. Football's my main thing. And I think faith is really important as something that I've been brought up around. So I think, it's an incredible message. He has an incredible story around his faith. Yeah, for me, that's something that I kind of aspire to continue to be like and continue to push.
Swinging back quickly from the mental over to the physical, the TB12 method, the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, is your next rec. What's your IQ method?
As you said, an incredible listen, some great values that he instills and some great ways of training. And I think something for me that really resonates, he talks about, training standards, sleep, your diet. And I think that last one is something that I've really tried to clean up on over the last 12 to 6 months.
Yeah, I've seen your feed, mate, on the grid. You're ripped. It's wild.
I'm trying my best. And I think it's just been about trying different ways of eating. And for me, I found that a keto diet really works. And I think for my sport, we have to run a lot. We run 12 to 15 Ks in a game. So I find that naturally I can put on muscle, but I find it hard to strip muscle. So that this was an opportunity for me to kind of lose a couple kilograms and be able to move around the field a bit more freely, which I've really, really enjoyed. And I'm feeling great going into this preseason.
Would you say that you're feeling fitter than ever for this next season?
Definitely, yeah. Feeling as fit as I've ever been, as lean as I've ever been, and yeah, I'm super excited to get into it.
Do you feel sharp? Like, do you feel like mentally as well? You're feeling sharp? You're feeling ready?
And I think that also comes with the sleep. I think that's really important, and I feel like at points throughout last year, upon reflection, I kind of lost my routine in regards to my sleep, and this year I've been able to really prioritize, diet and sleep, especially as the two real pillars of the off-field preparation things I can do to make myself as sharp as possible for training. I am really, really excited about this one. This is my number one pick for 2025, and it is The Inner Game of Tennis by W. Timothy Galloway.
Not your code though, is it?
No, it's not. But a lot of the lessons are very applicable to football.
So Galloway, from my understanding, talks about self-doubt and internal distractions as being probably the two biggest hurdles to success, and focusing on what you can control rather than what you can't control. Am I right?
Correct. Yeah, definitely. I think those are the two key takeaways. And yeah, so he does talk about the self one and self two. Self one being that self-doubt that you spoke about, the negative thoughts after you make a mistake.
The overthinking. And then there's self two, which is the subconscious, where you almost do things naturally. And I think upon reflection for me in season 2024, I had a lot of moments where I was in that self one and couldn't really snap out of it. And then when I look back at season 2023, I had a lot of moments where I was in that subconscious flow state. And I felt like I was doing things naturally and backing my read. And these are a lot of the things that when I'm playing my best football, that's what I'm doing out there. So it was an interesting reminder just around being aware of these negative thoughts and how you can snap out of it. So you trust in the process, you trust your fitness and your prep and your training, and then you just lean into it because you know that the ability will follow. It's almost like you do first and then you reflect upon it later, rather than so much of what we do day to day is overthought. Before we open our mouths or put forward an idea, we internalize it so much, and you just got to lean in, kick the ball, trust the process.
100%. And I think you have so many of those inner thoughts, and I think it's just about being able to filter them out. And yeah, as you said, just back your natural abilities, your preparation. I think that's another thing that comes and helps with the confidence around it, is that if you back your preparation, you do the work before you get out in the field, you should be able to go out there and be in that flow state and let things unfold naturally.
What do those Goggins seals say? Train hard, fight easy?
100%. That's exactly what he says, and
how good.
That's exactly what you got to try and do every time you're out there.
Super comprehensive, mate. Thank you so much for coming in. That is Isaac Quaynor, top 5 for 2025 to level up your fitness and performance this year. Man, I'm excited for the season ahead. I can't wait to watch you just crush it out there.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thank you.